Good day to you, Ninth and O. This is Devotionables, Brief Devotions for Busy People. I'm Brandon, one of the pastoral interns. It's good to be with you today. When I was a little boy, a part of our morning routine was to receive a phone call from my grandmother. As we were getting ready for school, grandmother would call around 6:30 in the morning, and she'd talk to us and tell us, to have a good day. And one of her phrases stuck out to me that she told us every day. Now, one, she told me to be Grandma's sweet boy, and I was, and I tried to follow the directions, at school. But she would say, you know what you can do and what you can't do. And I just said, yes, ma'am. And I thought about that, preparing for this lesson today, that you know what you can do and what you can't do. In other words, you know what the rules are. We've raised you rightly, and so you know what is good and what is bad. We want you to choose what is right rather than choosing to disobey and not follow the rules. And so grandmother called us every morning and said, I love you. You be my sweet boy. You know what you can do and what you can't do. And so that was a daily occurrence for me, and our daily phone call back and forth with our grandmother. In our Bible reading today, even greater than the love of a grandmother, we have the love of God who comes down and gives to Moses some rules for the Israelites. They have just come out from Egypt, and here we are in our Bible reading today at the foot of Mount Sinai. And this is, of course, a very familiar passage about the Ten Commandments. Here, God gives to Moses the Ten Commandments. And we know what those are. Those are the laws that God has revealed through Moses at Mount Sinai, and that these laws then were given for you and I to provide us moral and ethical dealings with God and with others. And so we look at these, and the first four commandments in Exodus give us rules or thoughts about our relationship with God. Chapter 20, verse 3, you shall have no other gods before me. Verse 4, you shall not make for yourself a carved image. Verse 7, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. In verse 8, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. And the last six commandments then cover our relationship with others. Look with me in verse 12 of chapter 20 in Exodus. Verse 12, honor your father and your mother, and your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor, and you shall not covet your neighbor's house. And so here are these rules that God gives to the nation of Israel here at Sinai, saying that these are the rules that you must follow. Well, that's well and good. But for you and I, we realize that we're sinful creatures. And on our best days, we're going to break one of these 10 rules. And so what does that mean for you and I? Does that mean that these rules are given to us and we just succumb to not being able to be sweet boys and girls, like Grandma used to say? No. We look then to Christ, because Christ has come refer to Romans 8, 1 through 4, that reveals to you and I that Christ has come to fulfill the law, and that by Christ coming then to fulfill this law, He sets you and I free from the law. Yes, there is no way that you and I could perfectly follow these 10 commandments that are given to us in Exodus 20. And that's the point. We need a Savior. And we find our Savior in Jesus Christ, who helps us, even in our weakness, to fulfill this law, so that when God looks at you and I, He sees Christ. And isn't that a great thing? And so I encourage you, as you're reading, continue reading, even if you've missed a day or two. I already have. But to realize that Christ has set you and I free from the law, that we have found full fulfillment in the law as we have found in Jesus Christ. And so today, be found faithful in following Christ and studying His Word and being a blessing to those who are around you. Blessings to you.